Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, My Loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today is the 12th installment of The Good, the Bad, and the Empty. Before we get started, a very special, very warm welcome to any of those that are new to my channel. I am so incredibly happy that you are here. If you enjoy the content, I do so hope that you will mash that thumbs up button. I hope that you will subscribe if you have not already. And I hope that you will ring my bell, turn on your notifications, so that way, next time I upload a video, you can come right back here and we can hang out together again. Also, my makeup is done. Guys, I cannot get over this new palette. It is so incredibly beautiful. I've had the most fun playing with it. I know I've showed it to you guys already, but we're going to show it again because it's that pretty. This is the Nomad New Zealand palette. Good gravy, Lord Almighty. The multi-chromes in here are just everything you want and more. They're good. They're beautiful. It's what I have on my eyes today. I also have a little bit of the Ace Beauté Envy palette. This one is just as beautiful. While there aren't any multi-chromes in here, the shimmers in here are just as beautiful, super creamy and reflective and gorgeous. Both of these brands are definitely slept on. If you haven't played with them, you definitely should. Guys, of course, I did film a TikTok on today's makeup look. If you're interested, I will make sure to have all of the tags for all of my socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff listed in the description box below. Guys, if you are not following me on all my other socials, you definitely should go do that. I post fun content every single day, and if you're following me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single moment of it. Along with the links to all of my other socials, I will make sure to put a full list of everything that we talk about in today's video in the description box as well. And of course, if you have any questions about what I used or what I'm talking about, all you have to do is leave me a comment and I will get back to you. All right, with all of that out of the way, let's dive into my trash bucket. Y'all, I got a big old bucket of trash. I got a ton of empties to talk about this week or this month. I try to get one of these videos done at least once a month. Of course, sometimes I go through products quicker than others. This month, I just had a lot of half-used products, so I really focused on using those up. So we have lots of stuff to talk about. There's a little bit of skincare, there's a little bit of hair care, there's definitely some makeup in here, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. Let's start with some hair care. So I do process my hair. I am a natural blonde, but it seems like the older I get, the darker my hair gets as well. So I kind of have to supplement that just a little bit with some highlights. And by some, I mean a whole lot of highlights. And because of that, my hair is just a little bit damaged. It's dry, all that good stuff. So every time I wash my hair, I use a mask before I take my shower. At least 2 or 3 hours before, I will saturate my hair. I will mix a moisturizing mask with a purple mask. Just kind of let it sit on there and do its thing until I hop into the shower. This is fantastic. I know Drunk Elephant is such a trendy brand right now, and I really haven't tried much from the brand at all, but I did receive this in my BoxyCharm. I think I received it 2 months ago, last month, something like that. This is the Drunk Elephant Silkamino Mega Moisturizing Masker. You get a ton of product in here. You get 7 fluid ounces of product. I have super long, very thick, very curly hair, so it takes quite a bit of stuff to kind of fully saturate, get everything the way it needs to be. So I went through this rather quickly. However, it lasted me about 2 months. Now, I also mixed this with a purple mask that we're going to talk about in just a minute. But y'all, when I tell you I really enjoyed this mask so very much, it doesn't really have any kind of particular scent to it. Doesn't really smell like much of anything, but it did go on my hair and it felt beautifully hydrating. I noticed a difference in frizz and shine after I used it. My hair felt softer, you know, a little bit more bouncy. So it did what it was supposed to do. I don't know that it necessarily silkified my hair, but it definitely hydrated it. This goes for, I think, $30. $30, so it's a little bit expensive, but again, you get 7 fluid ounces of product in here. That's a ton of product. It's probably going to last you absolutely forever. And it really, really worked. I really enjoyed this stuff. So yeah, this is something that I would repurchase in the future if I could find it at the right price point. We have another hair mask. This one is from Walmart though. This is from Taraji P. Henson's brand. Y'all, I freaking love her. She is gorgeous. She's stunning. She's a freaking queen. She is so sassy. Love her. Love her so much. When I found out that she had a hair care brand available at Walmart, I was all up on it. Y'all, this stuff is freaking fantastic. I love it so much. Now, I do think that it is made more for people of color, that kind of hair texture. However, my hair texture is very similar, so it works beautifully for me. This is the by Taraji Mask On Moisturizing Conditioning Mask. This stuff is beautiful. And the reason I love this, as well as being beautifully hydrating, it's got like a bunch of beautiful oils in it, so it goes in and it makes your hair silky and smooth and shiny. But the way that this stuff smells, it is so good. If you enjoy a scented product, this brand is for you. It has the most beautiful, deep, musky, it's got this really gorgeous, like deep, musky, herbal kind of scent to it that lingers in the hair so beautifully. Even after you wash it out, like, you know, you put your hair up in a bun and you take it out, you can smell the hair care products. Oh, it's like hair perfume and a conditioning mask in one. It is so nice. And it's available at Walmart. It's not super expensive either. This mask goes for $13.92, so around 14 bucks, but you're getting a great amount of product in here. You're getting 3 fluid ounces of product. I like the packaging a lot. It's got this little cap squeezy tube kind of situation. Was very easy to get every last drop of product out of here. This stuff was fantastic, and I have already repurchased this one. Like it so much. The last hair mask that we have for today's video is the Hairitage by Mindy. You guys have heard me talk about this mask in particular probably 1,000,001 different times at this point. I love this stuff. It is so fantastic. It is a really beautiful, very effective purple toning hair mask. If you guys lighten your hair or bleach your hair or get highlights, you know, especially in where I live, we have very hard water, so it turns my hair brassy so quickly. So purple hair products are so important to keep my hair nice and bright. So I use this every single time I wash my hair. I will take this. Purple hair masks, hair products in general, can be a little bit drying and a little bit stripping to the hair because they're doing a little bit of toning action. Just by their very nature, they can be just a little bit damaging. However, this one, it kind of like walks that line. It tones, but it also is beautifully moisturizing and hydrating. It is kind to the hair follicle, and I really appreciate it for that. Also, it is incredibly affordable. This is around $10. So super affordable. You're getting a nice amount of product in here as well. You're getting 8 fluid ounces, so a ton of product in here for only 10 bucks. Like, it's really kind of fantastic. Also, this plays well with just about anything else I've tried it with. It mixes well with hydrating masks, things like that. I like this, and it's really affordable. Hair masks and hair care products just in general can be so stupidly expensive. When you find one that's affordable, that actually works, it's kind of like a Hail Mary moment. This stuff is so good. I again have already repurchased this, already have backups of my backups. This is one of those products that I will probably use until they discontinue it, and with my luck they'll probably end up doing that. Seems like all of the products that I absolutely adore are discontinued. This one is still available though. It's available at its most affordable on the Walmart website. Y'all, if you have highlighted hair and you have problems keeping your highlights nice and bright, you definitely should try a purple hair mask. Now, I make mine stretch just a little bit further because I mix it with something that's a little bit more hydrating. I get the toning action, plus I get a little bit of that hair love, hair care kind of vibe in there as well. And it works for me. So yeah, also, again, it just makes it stretch just a little bit longer. This stuff is fantastic. I am a firm believer in Biosilk. If you guys don't know what Biosilk is, it's basically like a hair oil, but it goes in, it's got silk proteins in there. It's really great for your hair. It smells divine. Like this stuff, I've been using it since I was 12 years old, and I will probably use it until I'm 200. Like, this is something that I will use until the day that I die. I went through 4 of the little teeny tiny bottles of it. Actually, I get these when I go get my hair done. My hairdresser, she loads me up with the samples every single time I go. And then I just come home and I dump them into my big bottle. That way I never have to worry about it running out. But a little bit of this will go the very, very longest way. There's just a teeny tiny little bit left in this one. But guys, I use this stuff on my hair. I use it on my skin. Like, it smells divine. My son loves this stuff too. It is just a really gorgeous, very thin kind of oil, but it smells so delightful. It's perfect on the skin. I use it and it softens up my skin so beautifully. It has more of like a dry oil consistency. It's not your traditional kind of oil texture. Doesn't go on the skin and make it feel greasy in any way. Just is so slippy and silky and smooth. It does gorgeous things for the hair. Makes it beautifully shiny, makes it smell delightful. It's just a really great finishing oil. It's the last step in my hair care routine. It's one of the first things I do when I get out of the shower. I put my body lotion on, and then I use my Biosilk. It's one of those products that is just an all-around, all-over kind of fix for me, and it's fantastic. Now, it can be just a little bit expensive, which is why I go for the samples, but to get a full-size bottle, they're available at Ulta, just about anywhere they sell hair care products, and a full thing of the Biosilk goes for $32.50. That's how much it costs at Ulta. Now, there are cheaper places to buy it from. It's definitely more affordable on Amazon and at Walmart. They sell it at Walmart as well. If you are looking for a good finishing oil for your hair, or you want something, if you're looking for like a good oil that is it's gonna combat frizz, it's gonna make your hair look silkier and shinier, make it smell phenomenal, I highly recommend this stuff. And I never hear anybody talk about Biosilk anymore, and it's such a shame because it's like such an OG product and it's so fantastic. Next up, we have just a little bit of skincare. Not too much skincare to talk about this month, but we have just a couple of things. First off, I want to talk about this little sample. We got a ton of little sample size things this month. I was really trying to test out new products, trying to see if there was something I could add to my routine, something that I just couldn't live without. Y'all, this thing right here, so good. This is the Wishful Honey Balm Jelly Moisturizer. I got a little sample package of this, and when I tell you, this moisturizer was freaking stunning. This was a dry-skinned girl's, like, I was like, oh, dream come true. So good. And then I went to look it up online, and of course it's freaking discontinued. So it's really not even worth talking about. I mean, I don't know for sure if it's discontinued, but it's been out of stock on the Huda Beauty website for ages, and I can't find it for sale anywhere else. So I'm assuming it's being discontinued. I don't know if Huda Beauty is like nixing the whole Wishful line. I don't know if that's what's going on, but this was so beautiful. I am hoping by some miracle that there is a secret stash. Somebody has a secret stash of this stuff and has a jar that they're willing to part with, because oh my good gravy. You want to talk about silky and smooth and hydrating and just delightfully delicious on the skin. It left such a gorgeous dewy finish on the skin without being heavy or greasy or like oily in any way. Like, this stuff was so beautiful. Incredibly expensive as well. For I think it was for a 1 ounce jar of this stuff, it was like $43. So pretty pricey, but y'all, it was delightful. Very sad I never got to try a full size of this, but so yummy. I also went through a full tube of one of my boosters. So this is my Laboratories number 7. This is the line correcting booster serum. I love this stuff. It has been in my nighttime skincare routine for years. At this point, this stuff is fantabulous. I picked this up at Walmart. It's around $40. Now they do sell 2 different sizes of this. This is the half-ounce variation, but they also have a 0.8-ounce variation. That one's a little bit more expensive. This one is so nice. I like it. It really goes on. It plumps your skin. It does what it says it's gonna do. Helps with those little fine lines, helps plump your skin up, gives you a little bit more of a youthful appearance. Just kind of like, this is like maintenance for me, right? It's really nice. This goes for $42.99 on Ulta.com. I personally think it is worth every cent of that price point. I definitely notice a difference when I use this stuff. When I run out of it, I can definitely tell I don't have it in my routine anymore. I love the packaging as well. It looks like this little syringe. This bottom part twists and it locks, and then you twist it and then it just kind of like, oh, there's a little bit left in there. It depresses just a little bit of product. It goes on. It feels beautifully hydrating, but you can feel it like almost instantly tightening your skin up just a little bit. Stuff is delightful. There's no scent to it, so if you don't enjoy scented skincare, this is going to be for you. This stuff is really good. I do already have a backup of it, and I've already started working on it. I think at $42, it's not that bad, though I do find that this is more affordable at Walmart than it is at Ulta, as are most things. So, and this does go on sale, especially on the Labs number 7 website. Sometimes they have deals and specials going on, so keep a lookout for that. You can sometimes get it at a bit cheaper. Also, because it's sold at Ulta, you know, when Ulta has those big sales, I'll usually get a couple and stock up on them, because Labs number 7 almost 9 times out of 10 goes on sale, and this is one of their best sellers. I went through a full bottle of my Bliss vitamin C serum. This is the Bliss Bright Idea Vitamin Tri-Peptide Collagen Serum. Guys, this is such a perfect one and done kind of serum. If you're the kind of girly that doesn't like to spend 20 minutes doing your skincare every morning, this product is going to be for you. I love this stuff so very much. I literally, like, it's gone. I used it to the very last drop, but I don't know if you guys can see the texture of it. It is this really gorgeous, very thin, watery lotion kind of texture. It goes on. Doesn't really have a scent, smells slightly of citrus, but that evaporates very quickly. It has this gorgeous water gel consistency that instantly sinks into the skin, and it just feels like this gorgeous glass of water for your skin. It is quenching and nutritious. Like, if a serum could feel like it's feeding your skin, I feel like that's what this serum feels like. It feels like it is feeding my skin all of the things that it so desires. It's delightful. Not super expensive either. You get 1 full fluid ounce of product in here, and this goes for around $15, which again is super affordable. It's available at Walmart. It's available on Amazon. I do find it is more affordable on the Amazon website than it is at Walmart, so pick it up there. Plus, with Amazon, you're getting free shipping, all that good stuff. Guys, this is fantastic. Bliss, just in general, as a brand, I adore. I've never tried anything from that brand that I didn't enjoy. I think they're really high quality skincare that's really approachable, and their packaging is super cute. They're just super fun. Also, when it comes to vitamin C serums, oftentimes you get those like straight vitamin C serums, and they're so sticky and they pill up and they don't play well with other products. This one just kind of skips all of that because it's everything in one go. So you're getting your peptides, you're getting your collagen, and you're getting your vitamin C in one serum. So everything just plays well together, and you don't, and because of the consistency of this product, it's got that lotiony kind of texture to it. You don't have to worry about the stickiness, and you don't have to worry about it balling up and pilling up on you. Plus, this looks beautiful under makeup because it leaves your skin with such a gorgeous kind of dewy, glassy glow, but it's not super sticky or tacky on the skin. So if you have oily skin or combination, it's not gonna like add that much to your face. It sinks in completely, but still leaves your skin looking healthy and glowy and gorgeous. I used up all of my snail mucin. So this is the Mizon Snail Repair Intensive Ampoule. This stuff is so delightful. I get this off of Amazon. This is like basically that COSRX snail mucin serum. But this stuff I think is just a little bit better. This is like, it's K Beauty. I get it off of Amazon. Mizon is it's like an older brand. I think they've been around for absolutely forever, but I adore them. I use the snail mucin eye patches, which are gorgeous. They have a ton of different varieties of eye patches. They've got a bunch of different serums. Now this is just the tiny size. I think they have a bigger one. I just got this in a little combo pack. It came with this snail ampoule, it came with the eye masks, and then it also came with a moisturizer. The moisturizer has been gone. That stuff was freaking delightful. I also really adore that it comes in this brown glass packaging. I think it looks so old school and a little bit vintage and different to anything else that I have right now in my routine. So it was enjoyable to use. It comes with this little stopper applicator, and yeah, I used it to the last drop, but it has that really gorgeous, thick, sticky, stringy kind of consistency, and it just goes onto the skin, and you can just instantly feel it plumping everything up. Snail mucin feels so different than anything else that I use in my skincare routine. I use this both AM and PM. It works beautifully with other products. It sinks into the skin instantly, leaves you feeling refreshed, plumped, and hydrated, but it doesn't leave a film on your skin, doesn't leave any kind of glow or anything like that. Just literally sinks into the skin, plumps and tightens everything up, and then it just kind of vanishes. This stuff is delightful. I feel like if you had oily skin, you would really, really love this because, again, it's not going to overload your skin with moisture, but it's going to definitely go in and plump it up and juicify your face. Oh, so good. I definitely am going to repurchase this. However, I'm going to wait just a little bit because I found a couple of bottles of the COSRX snail mucin, so I'm going to work my way through those. I can already tell you though, I like the Mizon a lot better. I think this stuff is just a little bit, I don't know, it just feels thicker and stickier. This just feels like better quality than the COSRX, but the COSRX is good too. This is a little bit more expensive than the COSRX. So the Mizon Snail Repair for the tiny bottle goes for around $20. Whereas for the COSRX, I was able to get the big bottle for around 20 bucks. So there's that. Definitely is a little bit more expensive. In my opinion though, so totally worth it. I went through a whole bottle of my Olay Collagen Peptide. This stuff, again, collagen is one of those things I use AM and PM. I am so big on the whole collagen thing. It's good for plumping the skin. It's good for fighting wrinkles. It's good for brightening. Collagen is just one of those things that is in the skin naturally, and this is just going to help maintain. So I'm all for this. Now this is just a little bit pricey. It's $30, but you're getting a ton of product in here. You're getting a full 1.3 actually fluid ounces of products in here. This is the Olay Serum's Collagen Peptide 24 Max Serum. Guys, this stuff is delightful. I love the texture. I love the way that it plays with the skin. You would think because it's a serum, it would have more of that thin kind of watery consistency. It's like gone. There is nothing in there. This has, I don't know if you guys can see it on the dropper, but it has more of a lotiony kind of consistency to it. So it just goes on and it really just hydrates as well as everything else that it's supposed to do. Plays really beautifully with other products. One of my biggest pet peeves is when skincare balls up and pills on you. I cannot stand when I sit here and I do all of this work to put all of this skincare, I spend all of this money, put all of this skincare on my face, and then I go to put my moisturizer on and everything just balls up and falls off my face. That makes me really, really angry. I do not like when that happens at all. So when I find products that don't do that, I am super, super happy. This, I can positively say, works beautifully with everything. And I think it's all about consistency because it has more of that milky, kind of thin, watery consistency. It's not got that sticky kind of texture, you know, that thick, sticky texture. That's the one that balls up and doesn't play well with other products. But this, beautifully hydrating, does everything you want it to do. So nice. I went through a full bottle of retinol serum. This is the My Beauty Spot Just Retinol Night Treatment. Picked this up at Burke's. I think it was like $4.99. It's not a name brand, wasn't anything special, but I picked it up to try it out because I thought the bottle was very, very pretty. I'm a sucker for blue glass, and this was nice. This to me felt very much like it was just like a very thin, watery kind of thing. I don't necessarily know that it went on and did an awful lot, but it did feel beautifully hydrating. Had a little bit of that hyaluronic acid slip to it, so it felt nice going on my skin. So yeah, I liked it. Don't know if I would necessarily repurchase it though. Then I got this. This is another little sample, but this is the Givenchy Skin Perfecto Multivitamin Skin Serum. Y'all, when I tell you this, first of all, packaging is from Givenchy, so the packaging is gorgeous. But it is the teeniest. I got this for free. I think it was a sample I got with an order from somewhere. Don't remember what. But I tried this. I think there was enough for like 2 or 3 uses in here, and it felt nice. But y'all, when I went and I looked up the full price of this serum, this is a $90 facial serum. And it was not that nice. It was not that nice. It felt wonderful. It smelled beautiful, beautiful. Like, it's from Givenchy, so it's got that really gorgeous kind of like old-timey, old lady, rosy kind of smell to it, which I appreciate. However, it wasn't nice enough for me to want to go out and spend $90 on the full size. So, no thank you. And then the last little teeny tiny sample size that I picked up, this is the BU Peptides Moisturizer, and this right here, this stuff is delightful. I picked this up out at Walmart. I think it was like on an end cap, and I liked the packaging, so I figured I'd try it out, and this stuff was super surprising. So this, I don't know if there's anything left in here that I can show you guys, because I'm pretty sure I got like the very last little tiny bit of it out. See if I can squeeze any more. Yeah, it's gone. This stuff was beautiful though. It has a little bit of a super fine like shimmer throughout, like not glitter, but it's got this really gorgeous shimmer in it. So once you apply it to the face, it gives you this really gorgeous glow. This is that kind of moisturizer that I would use before makeup application because it's almost like a primer and a moisturizer in one. It's got that kind of like sticky, tacky kind of finish to it with that really gorgeous glow throughout. This stuff was delightful. Now I just got the teeny tiny mini size, and the mini size goes for $4.97. You're getting half an ounce in here, 0.33 fluid ounces, but the full size is only 21 bucks. So not a horrible price point. I will say that this wasn't necessarily super moisturizing. I do think that this would be better for oily or combination skin types just because there wasn't quite enough. It wasn't quite rich enough for what I need. I don't know if you guys can see, but my nose is so, there we are. See, I'm having like dry patches and like flaky skin everywhere. My skin is so dry right now. It's not even funny. So I'm really trying to focus on hydration right now. And though this was really nice and could work for a daytime application, wasn't enough for me to ever be like a night cream or the only kind of moisturizing product I used. Like I said, this was really gorgeous as like a primer moisturizer kind of combination, like to just kind of top off my skin before makeup application. This was fantastic. But if you aren't quite as dry as I am, I do think you would really, really love this. As long as you appreciate a glowy, almost pearlescent, golden pearlescent kind of finish on the skin. It looks so beautiful under makeup. I don't know that you would necessarily want to wear this just on its own because there is quite a bit of a sheen and a shimmer to it. But under makeup, it's so pretty. The next category is makeup. We actually have quite a bit of it this month. Y'all, I went through 5 primers this month. I am so happy about that. I've really been trying to make a concentrated effort to finish up some of my half-used primers because there were a ton of them. So very, very happy with my progress. First one we'll talk about is this Relove H2O Hydrate Primer. Now, this is the second one of these that I've been through. I really like this. Everything from the primer itself to the packaging to the consistency of the product, I think it's really nice. Now, I don't think it necessarily goes on and really does anything for your skin other than feel beautifully hydrating. Leaves a really gorgeous, slightly tacky base that looks beautiful under makeup. However, you get the smallest amount of product in here. You're only getting 0.4 fluid ounces. By comparison, the standard amount is 1 full fluid ounce. So just be aware of that. Now, this is only $5, but still you're getting a very small amount of product. I love the packaging. I love the pump. I love this big fat kind of like depressor. Like, yeah, it's gone, but this stuff just feels so beautiful on the skin. It just instantly melts in and leaves such a gorgeous, very slightly tacky kind of base that looks really beautiful under makeup. I don't know if I'm going to repurchase this just because I do go through it so quickly. I usually use about 2 pumps for every application. That'll do my whole face. I just really like the way that it feels. I like the packaging. Again, I just like the pump action kind of thing. I don't know. I probably will repurchase it because I do like it that much. I just wish that you were getting a little bit more product in here. Next up, I finished a Colourpop. I finished this one. This one is probably one of my very favorite hydrating primers of all time. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Facial Primer. Guys, this stuff is delightful. It genuinely feels like skincare. It is beautifully. I love the scent of it. This is one of those that I'm going to repurchase the very moment I have the money to do so. This is going to be a repurchase for me. I love the way that it smells. I love the way that it feels on the skin. You get a really cute little pump depressor on here. It's got a little tiny, like the tiniest bit of a peachy undertone to it. It is a super thin, like watery kind of consistency that instantly sinks into the skin, but it feels so hydrating and so plumping, and that really gorgeous, like slightly fruity floral scent that it has just has this gorgeous, like almost expensive smelling skincare scent to it that is just, it's botanical. That's what it smells like. It's very botanical and it smells delightful. I wish that I had a perfume that smells like this. It's so fresh and so clean and just, it's an experience and I really enjoy it. I like the packaging. I love the way that it smells and I adore the way that it feels on the skin. This is like 10 out of 10. Love this stuff. Not super expensive either. It's $12 for this primer, which I think is pretty standard. Colourpop is a very affordable brand just in general, and this stuff, so good. One of my very favorite primers of all time. I also finished off a tube of my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. This is in the shade Fair Glow. We all know what this stuff is. We all know that it is fabulous. Is there like anything left in here? I'm pretty good about getting like the last drop out of these bottles, but yeah, it's gone. This stuff is fantastic though. I like the packaging very much. Super easy to get it all out of there. This is expensive though. For a primer, this is pretty pricey. I think this goes for around $20. It's $16.99 at Ulta, so around $17. I think that's pretty standard for, you know, a more expensive drugstore primer. You think L'Oreal, NYX, some of the NYX primers are around $20, so it's pretty standard. You are also getting an amazing amount of product in here. You get 1.35 fluid ounces, so almost an ounce and a half of product in here. I had this bottle for years. I think it took me 2 years to get through it. This stuff is delightful. Not only does it make it a really gorgeous primer, but I also use it just on days where I'm just doing skincare. Like this just gives the skin such a gorgeous lit from within, very natural kind of glow. So I'll mix it in with my moisturizer sometimes, just do it that way. I love to mix this stuff in with my actual foundation. to give my foundation just a little bit of an extra glow. This is such a multi-use, multi-purpose kind of product that I think it's totally worth that $17 price point. And again, you're getting a great amount of product in here, so the value is very, very present. I also finished off a full tube of my Wet n Wild Impossible primer. This is probably one of my very favorite primers of all time too. Ooh, there's a little bit left in there. So this is what this stuff looks like. It has it almost looks like a silicone based primer, right? Because it's got that frosty kind of white vibe to it. However, this primer is silicone free, and y'all, it goes onto the skin and it is so blurring. It's crazy. It's blurring without being so, like, you know, that silicone kind of like greasiness. I just don't like that feeling at all. This does not have that. It gives you that gorgeous kind of blur. It gives that soft focus kind of quality to the skin while also being beautifully hydrating. It also is a fantastic, fantastic base for makeup. Like, foundation applies beautifully on top of it. It's a great primer. It's a great primer. On top of that, it is beautifully priced. This goes for $7. Fantastic price point. You're getting 0.84 fluid ounces of product in here, so not quite a full ounce of product. Close enough, however, and again, the smallest bit of this is going to take you the longest way. So yeah, highly, highly recommend this one. Definitely a better value than the Relove one, and also just a better primer in general. And then last but not least, this thing right here. This is the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow. Guys, this stuff is so fantastic. Guys, you know this. You know what the Maybelline Perfectors are. This stuff is just delightful. I have mine in the shade 01 Light. It usually comes with a sponge up here, but I found that the sponge was really absorbing way too much of the product. Was not comfortable with how much product I was wasting with that sponge. So I wrung it out and I just took it off, and I would just kind of like twist it up and just kind of like dot it on my face. I really prefer that application method anyway. This cap was getting so grody and gross. Not my favorite. Application wise, not my favorite, but this product, like just the way that it goes onto the skin and the way that it makes your skin look, this has just a little bit of coverage to it as well. So it's one of those products that you could just use as like a one and done if you wanted a very light, just like glowy kind of base. It looks beautiful on its own. It looks beautiful under makeup. It looks beautiful mixed with your foundations. It's another very, very versatile product. Not super expensive either. The Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow goes for, this is $14. So again, not quite as expensive as the L'Oreal, but not as affordable as the Colourpop. Somewhere right there in the middle. This is such a beautiful, beautiful product though. Love this stuff. Already have a backup of it. This is one of those things that's always going to be in my collection. Just a really, really good primer. And again, it's not just a primer, which is one of the reasons I like it so much. I just wish that they would give us, like, I don't know. I don't want it to be a doe foot either. I like the twist up method because I can get a good amount of it out at one time, and it's super quick and easy to apply. I just wish they could find a way to make that sponge tip applicator not quite so messy. Now, in that same kind of vein, I finished off my liquid highlight. So this is the L'Oreal Lumi Glow Drops. These are the Lumi Glow Amore highlighting drops. I love these so very much. The only place I've ever seen these is at Walgreens, and they're a little bit pricey. These go for anywhere from $10 to $14, depending on where you purchase them. Now, they are the most affordable off of Amazon, as always. But guys, these are so good. I love the tone of this. I love the way that it looks mixed in with other products. It is super glowy, but not metallic or fake looking in any way. That's what it looks like, but it blends out. And it just looks so gorgeously glowy on the skin. It is definitely a liquid highlight, but it just mixes in with other products so beautifully and gives the most gorgeous sheen to the skin. To me, it looks so beautifully natural. It's what I have mixed in with my foundation today. Because my skin is so dry, I really, really hunt for that super glass like glowy, just like dewy, almost sweaty kind of look, because I'm so dry. I just try to put that moisture in my face however I possibly can, and this just looks so beautiful. It gives me that glossy, almost glass skin, wet kind of vibe without feeling greasy. Like, it sets down completely. It doesn't change the texture of the foundations that you pair it with. Like, it's just a really great product. Beautifully pigmented. It is very, very similar to the Lumi, the L'Oreal glotion, the Lumi glotion. Almost that same exact thing, only this is much more concentrated. It's got more pigment and it's got more glow to it, but does pretty much the same thing as the Lumi glotion. I mix this in with my foundation. You can use this as like an all over the face thing if you want to look like the freaking Tin Man, but I find just a couple of drops of this mixed in with just about any foundation just brings a little bit of glow, just a little bit of an ethereal kind of just like luminosity to whatever you mix it with. It's fantastic. I love these. A very, very close dupe of this is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Highlight. It does very much the same thing. However, I find that this has more of that wet, glossy kind of look, whereas the Physicians Formula it's just not as intense. It's not as intense as this stuff is, and I just really, really like it so much. Again, I've had this, it's gone. The little stopper is in there, which is why you guys can't see through to the bottom. I tried to get the stopper out and it ended up going into the bottom of the bottle. But the stuff I used to the very, very last drop, it is delightful. I've had this for like 2 years. It aged beautifully as well. It didn't separate on me. It didn't go funky. As long as you keep it like closed tightly and keep it somewhere safe, it's going to last you absolutely forever. It didn't dry up on me. Nothing like that. So delightful. And you better believe I already have a backup of it and I'm already using it. I finished off an entire bottle of foundation. This is arguably one of my very favorite mixing foundations ever created. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Hydrating Foundation. I have mine in the shade L3. It is a perfect skin tone match for me. It is not too peachy. It's not too warm. It is the perfect skin tone match for me. I love this stuff enormously. Super affordable as well. It's around $12, so not super expensive. It is available at Walmart. It's available at Ulta. It's available at the dollar store. I actually got this bottle at the Dollar General, which is super nice. Super affordable. I love the texture of this. It has more of that like moussey kind of texture to it, but it's not heavy. It's not cakey or dense in any way. It's beautifully hydrating, lightweight, gives you a good kind of like medium coverage finish. Looks so skin-like on the face. Like, it's very, very skin-like finish. Not super dewy, but it's not matte at all either. It's just pretty. It's a pretty foundation. Also, I like to use this to mix in with other foundations. If I have a foundation that I find is just a little bit too heavy for me, or if I need something that, if I just need to add a little bit of hydration but don't really want to mess with the overall texture of the foundation too awful much, like this is like a great mixing foundation. If I've got something that's just a little bit too warm for me, I'll put a little bit of this in to kind of like cool that down, neutralize it just a little bit. It's a great all-around everyday foundation, and I actually went through this bottle super quickly. I have already repurchased it. It's one of those foundations that I find myself going back to time and time again. Just a really fantastic everyday, just going to the grocery store kind of foundation. I finished up this bottle of concealer. This is the Maybelline Superstay Activewear Concealer. I have this one in the shade 01. This stuff was really nice. Like, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but it is gone. I used this to the very last drop. I like this stuff a lot. It's incredibly brightening, which is super nice. But again, this is one of those concealers that I use as a mix-in. If I have a concealer that's not quite bright enough, that's not quite, like, it's just not quite doing enough on my under eyes, I'll take a little bit of this and mix it in with it. Instantly gives it just a little bit more brightness, a little bit more coverage. Like, this is a really fantastic, fantastic product. Not super expensive either. I think this goes for around 11, 12 bucks, something like that. This is $11.99. I enjoy the applicator. The packaging is super nice. The actual applicator itself isn't my favorite. It's this super thin, very bendy kind of applicator, and I find that it doesn't quite pick up enough product for me, so I had to dunk in just a couple of times. But other than that, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous foundation. It is a long wear concealer, so it sets down on itself. On its own, you don't need to add a ton of powder to set it down. I found that this was beautifully long wearing, wasn't super creasy on my under eyes either. Nice amount of coverage. Not a super full coverage concealer, but enough coverage, and it is beautifully buildable as well. That's what it looks like. It does set down rather quickly though, so it's one of those concealers that you have to place and blend. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to blend it out at all. But y'all, such a nice concealer. And again, great for mixing in. It works well with other products, and this shade in general, in particular, is so beautifully brightening. It's like, it's so perfect on the under eyes. Next up, we have a couple of powder products. This one I know you guys have heard me talk about before. This is the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Pressed Powder. Y'all, mine is gone. She was good to the last drop. I enjoyed her. I had mine in the shade 110. Super nice powder. It's got just a little bit of luminosity to it. Beautifully mattifying. I've had my makeup on for like 8 hours at this point, and I feel like I'm starting to look just a little bit run down. I'm starting to look tired. Anyway, this powder is beautiful. Really enjoyed using it. It sets the skin, it sets your makeup beautifully without draining your skin of all life, right? It mattifies without making your skin look super flat. It leaves just a little bit of life in the skin, which is something that I really appreciated. It leaves a little bit of that luminosity, a little bit of that just kind of glow that just looks so nice, very skin-like, and again, it just wears well throughout the day. I didn't find that this, if you over apply this, it does look heavy and it can get cakey if you over apply, but a really gorgeous light dusting all over the skin. Stunning. Love this stuff. And then this thing finally passed away on me. This is the Profusion Highlight and Contour 1 palette. I don't know if you guys can even read it anymore. This thing is so old. I've had it for absolutely forever. Y'all, I have beat this thing to absolutely the brink of extinction. This is probably my favorite contour palette of all time. You get 3 different shades of contour powders at the bottom, and then at the top you get 3 different shades of highlights. You have a champagne, a pink, and then a more bronzy one. Now this one was too deep for me, but the highlights in this palette are so beautiful. They're so gorgeous on the skin, super reflective. They blend out beautifully. Really pretty. I enjoy the powders in here as well. They have a light, a medium, or I think there is a light, a medium, and then you have like a matte kind of like highlighting powder, something like that. This light powder can be used to really cut and highlight the face. This powder does look really gorgeous on the under eyes. Let's take a little brush and see if we can put a little bit on there. My under eyes could use a little bit of a refresh anyway. Take this little brush right here and dip into the matte powder. Just kind of tap a little bit of it right onto my under eye. It's beautifully brightening. Has a little bit of that more yellowy kind of undertone to it, so it's a little bit like a banana powder. So it goes on and it's instantly brightening on the under eye. It's super finely milled, so it looks beautifully smoothing on the under eyes as well. Can we see an instant difference between the two sides? Makes such a big difference. Y'all, every single time I dip back into this palette, I find a reason to not throw it away yet, but I have to. I have to toss this one. It's like almost 3 years old at this point, and I know that I probably could get another couple of months of use out of it, just between what little is left of this brightening powder and the one highlight that I can use. I have to toss her though. She is expired. She is ready to go. she's just like, let me go already. But look how pretty. Look how pretty it, and like instantly refreshes the under eyes. My under eyes were looking a little bit rough, and instantly it just brought them back to life. So, so nice. I think Profusion is such an underrated brand. Their products are so high quality. They're like stupid affordable as well. This whole palette, you get 6 different shades in here, 3 highlights and 3 contouring shades, and it's only $5. Now, I will say the packaging is awful. Well, I mean, I guess it's not that bad because I've had it for almost 3 years and it's still there. Like, it's not, I mean, it's cracked and it's definitely seen better days, but it's still in one piece. So I can't complain about it too awful much. But yeah, my favorite contouring palette of all time. I don't want to throw her away. I'm going to, because it is time to lay her to rest. But yeah, she served me well, and we love her very, very much. I went through 2 mascaras. So one is the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eye Mascara. This stuff is delightful. I love this mascara so much. The brush being the main reason why. I love this like curved brush. It goes on and gives such an uplifted, upturned cat eye effect to the lashes. It's stunning. The only reason I'm throwing it away is because I forgot I had this one, and this has got to be at least a year old, and I'm scared to put it on my eyes. But this stuff is super affordable. You can get this at Target for around $8. Target, Walmart, Ulta, those places, it's only about $8. But if you like that super upturned, lifted, fanned out kind of lash, this is going to give it to you every single time. This also isn't waterproof, so it's difficult for me to wear, especially in the winter when my allergies are so bad and my eyes run like faucets. But y'all, such a fantabulous mascara. And then this one, this is the KVD Go Big or Go Home mascara. I really enjoyed this mascara so very much. Super pricey. I think this goes for around $20, around that price point, so definitely expensive. The packaging is killer. Super thick and heavy. Definitely feels like a moment. It's very luxurious. However, this went clumpy and goopy and gross on me so quickly. I think I only got like 2 or 3 weeks out of this one before, I don't know if you guys can see, but on the wand how clumpy and gross it is. It just started to go onto my lashes, and it wasn't fanning things out anymore. They were looking very spidery and very clumpy, and that's just not my vibe. So we had to toss her. It's a beautiful mascara. I will never repurchase it though, because it just didn't last long enough for me to justify the price point. Also wanted to talk about this NYX brow pomade. This is the Tame and Frame tinted brow pomade. This is actually in the shade Blonde, and I really liked this stuff. Again, I had that same problem though, where it just got so crusty and dusty and like hard on me. It's almost impossible to use because it's so dried out. And I took care of it. Like, I kept the lid on tight. I don't know why it dried out so quickly. This isn't super expensive, but it's expensive enough that like I'm wasting a ton of product in here, and that really bothers me. It shouldn't dry out when you have that much product left. Like, I used a good bit of it, but again, there's a ton of product left in there, so I'm pretty upset about that. I might repurchase it here recently. I've been really getting into brow pomades. I just think that they last a lot longer on the skin than just a regular pencil. I've been loving this one. So this is the IT Cosmetics Build a Brow. I have this one in the shade Universal Taupe, and this one is so nice. But again, I'm having that same kind of problem. It's starting to dry out on me, kind of separate from the sides, and it's getting a little clumpy and difficult to apply. Does that just happen with all brow pomades? Is it just something you have to suffer with? I don't know. This one was super expensive. Again, I didn't pay full price for it, but it is super expensive. This one, not so much so, but I just really dislike having to waste that much product, because at a certain point it gets so dry that you just can't use it anymore and you have to toss it. So if there's a way to prevent that, please let me know in the comments below. Or maybe there's a brand that doesn't dry out, because I would really like to test another brow pomade, because I said they work really beautifully. Just these ones. This one lasted a lot longer than the NYX. I really enjoy the packaging on this one a lot more, but it's so stupid expensive. I'd really like to find a more affordable version. but that doesn't dry out so quickly. And then, my lovelies, last but not least, I went through a full bottle of face spray. So this is the Embrace Your Face Rose Facial Mist. This stuff I really enjoyed. Has a really gorgeous like rosy scent to it, but this one had the most beautiful like glimmer in it. It was a super gorgeous kind of like I want to say glittery, but it wasn't glittery. It wasn't like glitter particles on your face. Just went on and made your skin look like it was almost wet. Had this really gorgeous like lit from within kind of glow. You could see the shimmer particles floating in there. This was super pretty, and I don't even think this brand exists anymore. I couldn't find them anywhere on the internet when I went to look them up today for today's video. I just picked this up at Burke's, so I think I paid like $4 for it, $3 or $4 for it, but I really like this one. So if you have like a shimmery setting mist that you guys could recommend to me, I'd be very interested to try some more out, because I really did just love the finish that this left on my skin. Looked so pretty, and it felt like I was almost like hairspraying my face, because when I tell you like this locked my makeup down, it didn't freaking move. Like you could feel like that layer just like tightening on your face. It literally felt like I was spraying my face with hairspray. But it made my makeup so long lasting, and it gave me a little bit of that glossy glow, which I really enjoyed. So this stuff was fantastic. I do luckily have another bottle of it, but you know, that's the biggest problem you find when you get products from Burke's and places like that, is you're never guaranteed to go back and find it again. So like, you better get it while the getting's good, because you might not be able to get it again. Guys, that is the end of today's video. I hope it was enjoyable, informative in some small way. As always, everything will be in the description box. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment. I will get back to you. I will help in any way that I can. Guys, I love you so very much. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. As always, no filters, no fancy lighting. It is just me sitting here going through my empties, really being sad about throwing some of these things away. Guys, I love you so very much, and until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.